flames. Got it. Flames in front of you dance their hypnotic movements, and of course have gathered quite a few people to sit and watch. The fear of the Fane Wraith's ultimatum and plan weighing heavily on some hearts, looking for a type of release or relief that the strange dance provides. But within this, of course, you all have seen the hidden danger. The burning wood that could cause the symbol, the rune that imprisons these creatures of elemental fire, to break. Not wanting to cause an alarm or a riot. You've begun to try to figure out how you can be of use in this moment. So I'll leave this to each of you, how you'd like to proceed here. No, you were thinking about looking around for some.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna blow. Maybe we could, if we kept the fire burning for a bit longer. Maybe if we added fuel to keep it going for a bit longer until we figure out the best way to sort it out. Or do you think no, it's probably when this piece of wood burns to the end, that's when it'll happen. So if we attached another piece of wood to the piece of wood with a rune on it, would that stop it from going off? What do you think?
I don't think that is how the magic works. The magic is enchanted onto a piece of wood, not onto an extended piece of wood in that regard.
Oh, no.
Yes, you are, no. We know this.
Okay. I'm going to try and find some lanterns.
To do what with?
Well, if we can get the elementals to go into the lanterns, they might not explode. Like if we can give them a happy home.
You said that they are enchanted to the wood. How are you going to simply magically make them go to the lanterns?
I could sing them a song. You could sing them a song. You're really good at performing. Could you enchant them?
With enough time, perhaps, and some resources, but to magically just transfer the properties from the wood to the properties of a lantern, that seems rather far-fetched.
What about if you maybe just enchanted them, like put them into a trance, so they were like in stasis? If that is it, stasis.
I mean, I am flattered to think that you could. That I am known to enchant crowds for sure, but that is. I've never performed for elementals before, so I'm not saying that I am not curious, but given what you say, if things go wrong, it could make. Hell, if things go right, they could burn hotter because they are excited, and then they burn through it even faster. So this whole unintended consequence thing of that you've been so reminding everyone about measuring the cost.
Anyone else got any ideas?
Well, I mean, I would love to bring this piece of wood to our hosts who have deemed to invite us and let them have what they asked for. And by so keenly making sure that things would end up in a blazing inferno, let them reap the consequences of their own actions. But given Rourke's feelings on the matter of perhaps an eye for an eye is not necessarily the best response.
What if we brought them here? They might then be more inclined to help.
And he was hypothesizing that would not be what would happen based off of fire likes to go ahead and feed on things. And to go ahead and feed on things, then... And the group that we are invited with, their definition of help is to kill people and steal things. So do you really want to invite those people into your home?
Take your point.
Can Root take a look at the wood? Is the wood that it's consuming, is it magical? Or is it just wood?
Go ahead, give me a knowledge roll.
I got a 15 with hope.
Okay. Looking very closely, it's much more than wood. It seems to actually be more like charcoal, specifically that produced by a faint deity known as Infaeru. Their insides are a constant churn of burning and consumption, and this seems to be charcoal that they've left behind and enchanted, which has been why it's been able to do this, but it also can be consumed. So it is very specifically occurs that possibly normal wood might not have been able to take the type of fire containment enchantment, but that this, while resembling burning wood, is just a little different.
So, before we go down the nefarious routes of things, Matt, would this be something that is regularly at Haven events? Like fire performers, fire elementals within flames, and this is sort of the standard thing before we get into someone's planted here from behind?
As far as, I mean, I don't know standard, but it's not... The idea that there are elementals that have been imprisoned in magic and made to do a thing is an uncommon in magical circles. And certainly not for mages of Haven. Druids of Fainwick are more likely to make some type of agreement with them. Right? It might have something like... But even they would still have some type of circle. Particularly, especially off of Rook's thing, I think it would be... This is more arcane from the Haven schools. It doesn't even mean the Haven did that, because Wicks go to Havenite schools.
Right.
You know, they would go and learn, but it definitely is that level of arcane, just not, there are no wizard towers or schools within Fainwick.
Sure. No, you made some friends with the witches, and they deal with the natural order of things, no?
Yes, that's me. Yes, they do. In fact, I was just thinking, they've got big cauldrons. If we could put a cauldron over the top, then maybe that would contain the fire. But yes, I take your point.
Oh, this is like a very large bonfire.
Okay, we need a really, really big cauldron.
You are perhaps thinking a little bit simpler than I was imagining.
I'm panicking. It's just, I will go and get the witches.
That is what we need, yes. Ask them to come here as we have discovered a possible cause for additional calamity here at this event.
Okay. I will rush off as fast as my legs can carry me.
All right. Check. Then I would say, Anita, I'm just assuming you're hanging back in your ride there until you see something. But yeah, I think riding off, you're trying to find as they see you. You've already talked to them, and they go, "Oh no,
oh no,
back so soon."
Yes, help! We need help.
Okay.
There are fire elementals in the bonfire. It's going to go off. Boom!
Well,
Big fire.
What do you mean? What do you mean they're going to go off? What are you talking about?
There's a piece of charcoal. I'm saying there's a piece of charcoal with a rune on it, and it seems to indicate that when it's finished burning, it's going to blow up and create a huge fire.
Oh, okay.
Please come.
They come to you and get the vibe of them having to put on pretenses a little bit. They smile at everyone and look at what you're looking at. Say, okay. Yes, that's an issue. It is an issue indeed.
Yes.
Oh, sisters, please begin to move our tent far away. Yeah. Now.
No.
No worries. No, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
You hear Alice mentioning something similar to
her. Tempted. So are they moving off?
She's staying here. She just asked them to begin moving the thing. So she's staying here right now. She's just not like abandoning, but definitely like.
Okay. So is there anything we can do? Do you know anything we could do?
And she kind of thinks for a moment. Well, their evacuation is certainly an idea, but that might
I've already done that.
Oh, we didn't evacuate yet.
I've already evacuated into my pants.
Oh.
I'm very scared.
Oh, I understand. Right. I was wondering what the smell was. Now I do know now. So
you do definitely know.
Well, okay. So what can we do? All right. Just kind of breathes for a moment, staring at it. Well, they are unmistakably upset. So I'm not sure how we could keep all of this moving. I don't, other than obtaining an actual stone that is prepared and blessed in a similar fashion. But this isn't witchcraft. I'm not aware of how to do that. However, the other would be to placate the creatures inside.
With
in
a song?
preparation. More like an arrangement, something. So, if judging by the way this was set up, they are likely imprisoned and they're not deep creatures. They will view all of us, those who are watching, as those who are responsible for their imprisonment and will seek commensurate revenge. So, a negotiation before crisis could be another route. The other would be I guess you could say, we could snuff it out before crisis. They can't exist without things to consume. So, a preemptive murder could work a little bit.
If we did the former, what would that involve? To negotiate, how do you negotiate with a fire elemental?
That's how you negotiate with anything. Look to Alice. Those are the only things I can think of.
I figured as much once you mentioned the negotiation that my specialities and background would be helpful in this regard. The funny thing is, when you grow a lot of crops, that sometimes you must help clear the way with things that mutually beneficial, their freedom, in exchange for things to consume in rather large quantities is well within the possibilities of the realm. But it just looks at everyone else, or she. If things go wrong with negotiation, I have a feeling that things will get this would expedite the timeline that we are dealing with in regards to how hot things get here.
And she nods. She goes, yes, the dance is consuming the charcoal at a steady rate from what I can tell. So, getting them more riled up or even making them aware of the situation, I don't think they are, would cause it to be consumed quicker.
Do fire elementals sleep? Like, can you put them to sleep? Because surely when a fire dies down, it goes down to embers, but it's still there. And you can always rekindle it. Could we not just get them to, like, go to sleep?
I'm not that familiar. I'm not sure of their... It is possible certain magics could temporarily do so, but I don't think they have a cycle of sleep.
I just thought if Alice sings them a lullaby, then they might go to sleep.
I'd calm them down, but I mean, being a creature of pure consumption and sleep just seems a bit antithetical, but I don't know. I've never tried.
I think that Noah's filled of pure anxiety and optimism in both at the same time as to how the world exists and functions. But perhaps sometime before I begin our negotiations,
Hey, Robin.
we hear any song about, or see if any has had any opportunity to decipher what they might be dancing about to leverage in this negotiation.
Indeed.
Indeed. I'm just going behind a tree. I'll be right back.
You've already done what you need behind the tree. In your pants. I don't know where there's...
I think she's cleaning them out. Well, they're cleaning
I
them
have
out.
ways.
Oh, thank goodness.
All right. Yep, I know. And he's mute for like a minute. Yep, I thought so. Takes. Remember, the signing into StreamYard and getting the mic to StreamYard are not connected with the computer. Just one has to go off for the other, if I remember.
Rook, what are your thoughts on this matter?
I wonder if there was something here that stabilized it and then it was sabotaged, or this is the way it was originally set up.
Well, we can certainly talk with my staff to see if we brought anything, or if someone added something to the fire from their own possessions. Would be very, I imagine, with the crowd that we have, a bit difficult, but we can certainly go through what we have here to see if there might be any accidental shipments in this regard. If you, as you seem to be a very skilled tracker, it is. I do not know all the gifts that my suitors, friends, and everyone else have given to me here at this event. There might be such a piece of charcoal within my things if you want to go ahead and search my tent to see if there is such a stone, in the unlikely probability that we because of course I will succeed at making a deal with these fire elementals. But, you know, it is always good to have a contingency, as my father says.
Could I investigate, like smell around this area to see if there's been, I mean, there probably has been a lot of people walking around it, I'm guessing. It would be hard to catch a scent of somebody who may have moved something or sabotaged.
Yeah, I guess you'd be getting very, very close to the flames to do so, but because you have to be like right there, because I would say that's probably the area where there'd be the least amount of traffic, is right where someone would have to stand to make the thing, because it'd be so hot. So with that in mind, go ahead and give me an instinct.
Not good. 6 with hope.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to spend some fear. And yeah. Pretty much I'll say. As you sniff, your eyes go up and you see that as the dance that we're still waiting to hear about continues, the elementals stare at you and then what you're sniffing, and the flames take a little bit of a blue tinge for a moment, as they make a decision for them to go a bit hotter. And they see that it consumes it a bit. And you see fiery smiles come over them. Hey, Anita. See, that's back up. Looks like you're frozen. Nope. With that, I will start some countdowns. So,
Yup.
let's do elementals rage, I guess. Escape. Let's do 12 on that. And we will also do I think because we're trying to figure out what all you're doing. Yeah, we're just going to simply say you find a solution, whether that's quelling or depending on what thing. We'll just call it find a solution because I don't think we've totally decided yet what we're doing. So, let me actually put it this way. Do a quick edit. There we go. Okay, perfect. So, the escaping elementals are set to 10. Find a solution is set to 12. Every roll makes the rage escape go up, and I can spend fear to push that up a little more. And then a success with fear makes the solution go up 1 counter. A success with hope is 2 counters, and a crit is 3. Of course, a fail. Nope. Fail with fear. Maybe I'll make the other one go up. We shall see. So, more. Anyway, so what immediately happens is that you see No. You look up and Rook. That you can see now they've learned that they can burn hotter, and they can make this, what they thought was a rock, be consumed quicker. What I would like to do. If you do so desire, these are public countdowns on Heart of Dagos.
That does not look like a good color there, Rook. What did you find out?
I found out nothing except how to piss off a fire elemental.
Well, I think in our current situation, it is better to be pissed off than pissed on. But if this explodes, that's maybe a different story. I would be really intrigued as to what Annie has to say in regards to this.
Oh, has Annie found her voice?
Maybe? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Sorry. If I hook up my stuff first, StreamYard will not let me join. I have to go to StreamYard first. It's weird. Okay. Are we
We're ready for your story.
okay? All right. This is imagine these fire elementals moving in a very contemporary fashion. And at the beginning, first, there are 2 of these figures twisting and dancing together, joyfully, intimately, but after some time, one of them becomes sluggish and isn't able to keep beat with this first fire elemental. And so the still dancing, still lively elemental takes the lethargic elemental by the hand and brings them to meet a third figure that emerges. And this figure is hunched, is walking with a stick, maybe some sort of sage-like figure. And this lively elemental passes off the lethargic elemental to this new figure and receives something in return. And it's not clear what it is, but they take this sort of glowing package and skip back home. Once they arrive back to it, you must assume it's where they started from. This figure looks down into their glowing package and drops it, maybe with disappointment, unclear, but this figure crumples to the ground and starts to shake. And other elementals are in the background, sort of washing their bodies, from one side to the other, and it seems like it suggests that time passes, weeks of cycles pass as this figure shakes on the ground, and slowly some of these fire elementals swirl and rise into a giant twisting vine that extends higher and higher and higher and higher. And the shaking elemental looks up, sees that something has changed, and begins to climb. And climbs and climbs and climbs. This vine that's way bigger, more gnarled, more withered than it should be. And the figure climbs and climbs and climbs into the sky. And up there finds what looks like a little star and brings it back down. Lets the star go, and it sort of floats where home is. The figure tries again and climbs and climbs and climbs. Catches another little star from the sky, brings it back down, and lets it go. And now there are 2 little stars. Then for the 3rd time, the figure climbs and climbs and climbs. Takes a little star, but suddenly it seems like there's a storm as the elementals all around shake and shake and shake and glow and change color. And this figure, our figure, quickly runs down the stalk, taking their 3rd little star, releases it home, and then, before anything else bad can happen, chops their long vine down. And there they stand, without their first friend, but there are 3 little stars, and then the figure begins to dance again, just like it had in the beginning. And that seems to be the end of the little play.
So that is the fiery dance we all see as you all plot and scheme against time.
I blinked out there for the beginning of it, but what do you make of this?
But well, I don't know. There's a couple numbers inside. There are 3 stars. That vine looks like the withering. There were certainly a number of weeks that passed. That could be a number 2. I'm not really sure. It's all a little bit vague.
Well, we can certainly talk with the performers to see if there is some meaning to this story. But I guess that is the first step in regards to figuring out where we go from here then. Unless anyone else has an idea or two. All right, let's don't all pitch in at once. This is the first time you all have been silent when it has come to ideas to problem in this group and this event, which is...
Yeah, so make sure is everyone good, feeling that they can participate.
Yeah, I'm back, fresh as a moon daisy smell. I hold my hands up to how to say. See, Nice and fresh.
Yes. Okay. Well then, Alize will approach the fire. Hello, my name is Alize. My understanding is that you are here entrapped against your desires. I would love to know your name if you would be willing to share that with me.
Interesting. What do you think you might be doing to communicate with elementals?
So just as they're performing, Alice is going to go through interpretive dance as well as just showing like two different people greeting each other, and she'll introduce herself as and using the fire to cast another set of silhouettes on the ground to dance off of it. As she is a performer.
Love that. Absolutely. Go ahead and give me presents, please.
Alrighty. That will be a 16 with hope.
Oh, very nice. You were asking kind of names for introductions. As the dance begins to change, now this kind of a bit of talk before the massacre, almost, at least from their perspective, as they move and engage. And even then you sense that part of the enchantment here seems to at least encourage a certain level of cooperation here, as this particular one you were conversing with, seemingly a bit larger than the others, I think would communicate the consuming dance.
I can appreciate a good performer. I can see that you are quite talented. Perhaps even in need of a bigger stage than what you have at the moment. And particularly in a way that you can dance of your own volition. Or at least in a bit more freedom, as it were. Because I can say for certain, looking around here, sure, you might have a festival for a day or two, but after that, you would probably have to go for a while or starve. However, I think that should you and your performing troupe be amiable, that we can give you a much bigger stage to perform on. And I'm going to gesture to the group. I need you all to act as if you are farm fields or corn stalks or strokes of wheat, so I may perform this. Yes, I am not joking. I this is not for my own amusement, but just as they dance, I must dance like they, and so we must have. Have you heard of a dance-off before? We are now having an acting performance dance-off here, and so I need you all to go ahead and act as farm crops.
Okay, I think.
No, he's like waving his arms in the air like crops in the wind.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and make that a group roll. So if those of you with crops, so let's see here. So it sounds like No and Rook looked they were definitely doing that. So both of you give me a presence roll.
Before we go, Matt,
Yes.
as I have demonstrated successfully, can I provide them directorial feedback in a form of a rally die so that they can have that if they so choose?
Of
So
course.
yes, you may all have a D6. And that can be either used for an action roll, reaction roll, or to clear a number of stress equal to it.
This is a finesse roll, you said, Matt?
Presence.
Presence to help with the communication.
Whoa. I got a 14 with hope.
Okay.
Got a,
This happens to be reaction.
Of course,
So
it's
we will not
14.
generate hope or whatever. So
I got a 14 too.
nice.
Ooh, twins.
And then I think Annie's helping, but I'm not sure how she's
I
helping.
got a 19.
18.
Ooh.
Annie is still a dog, and I think she's just sort of gonna like barrel roll across the floor as if she's a tumbleweed.
All right. So Elise, this will be a +3 to this presence.
As I say, thank you very much.
Sorry, LSA.
It's all good. That will be a critical.
Oh, there we go.
Yay.
Interesting. So they begin swaying and splitting off into many flames. There's many stages that appear within their flames as they dance, some smaller, some bigger. And then you see the whole festival get represented in the surrounding wood. And then show a blink. Almost like a negative space. Was indicating we've soon will have all of this. What is it that you offer instead? What type of stage will compete with this whole festival?
Oh. Well, this festival is a small part of the countryside. I will gesture to my companions yet again. I now need you to mirror this festival. Then I need you to become acres, and I need you to then spread out and disperse, and then become fires that are burning over the crops that you once were. So I need you to embody both the fabric of the tents and the civilization, to then spread out, diversify, and become larger. And then, just as we had like the stalks that they chopped down because that was Annie's interpretation of the Witherlight. I need you to go ahead and then be that, and I need you to be massive. So I need you to be small, and then I need you to be massive, larger, all of you.
All right.
Can you repeat that?
So I think that they're attempting to do is gives you an idea of to incorporate that you make something that they can tour everywhere and not be confined. I think is what Alice says.
Alice is offering her some of her family's fields because if their desire is to go ahead and burn things, the white lilies have little to no value, and the faster they can get cleared away, the faster they can go ahead and replant. And so right now, if they do that manual labor, whereas if you've got this burning inferno, guess what? So yes.
All right, so that's where we're going. And so when it changed a little, so I think that any one of you can tell me how you might want to do this or something else to help with this type of negotiation. And it'll be an individual role on how you might do this. So whether you take their instruction, the instruction of LSA, or precisely, or to go, I'm going to try to represent like this, or whatever you might do, however you might want to think to do this, because we do have the countdown going, which currently we've got. You all have earned 5 out of 12.
I think Brooke will take flight and just kind of do like these kind of weaving spins in the air and circle around.
I love that. Give me agility.
I got an 18 with hope.
Nice. With that, they watch and see they themselves begin to puff their flames up hotter and higher, indicating a fascination with this idea of traveling far and wide and being many places. Who else?
I think Annie is maybe going to try to appeal to them emotionally. I think maybe she takes a twig from the fire and would suck. Well, hold on, she's a dog. She'll become herself again. She can't pick up anything as a dog. And she will suck the air away so that the embers dim, and then would stop so that it returns to normal, but then will blow on it so it grows, and with the oxygen much larger. And I think she's trying to get across, like, if somebody has trapped you just to free you again, they are not your liberator. This is not, they've made sort of like a net change. Why would you trust them? Why would you want to do what they said? Do something that's, you start out free and you can grow even more free from there.
So this is to, I see, different. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me a presence roll.
It's a 16 with fear. I think I'm going to add a rally die to it, though, just to make the number higher. Plus 6. 16 plus 6 is for 22 with fear.
Okay. All right. As you communicate this, and they get this idea of being able to find true freedom and a place to burn and consume, where there will always be a place where it's under threat. They are visibly excited, and as this feeling of enticement, they burn hotter and quicker. And a bit of the stone that all of you are concerned about cracks a little more, or it starts to crack. And people from the crowd, like a good 10, look down and start to you can see in their faces that they understand what might happen soon, and panic fills their eyes as they look like they might yell out the situation. So with that, I'll give it to y'all what you decide to do.
I think No is in a bit of a panic, in that he knows that it's a ticking time bomb. We've tried several things. He can see out the corner of his eye a bunch of witches quickly packing up a tent and moving as far away as they can. remembering the little bit of conflict short while ago with Alisei, kind of wants to impress her and do her proud, but just didn't really understand the instructions. There was a lot of instructions and it just didn't kind of make any sense. So I think No will just try something else and reach into his backpack, pull out his torch, and walk over and place it into the fire and say, you could always come with us. And then hold up the torch to kind of show that, you know, the fire can be moved to another place, but not in a dramatic kind of way.
Yeah. As to a presence, no.
All right. Oh, fuck. Okay, so 14, 14, 15, no, hang on, sorry, 12 plus 4 is 16, plus 1 is 17 with fear. And I'm also going to roll the dice that Alisei gave. And that's a 5. So that's 22 with fear.
Okay. All right. With that, it was successful. As you hold it out, you see the one you're talking to who seems to be nodding, is leaning into this negotiation, keeps looking from beyond the flames, and looks even at the smaller flames. And it has been fairly receptive thus far, understanding what all of you are offering, even though chaotic freedom is in its wake. However, from beyond them, one just about its size, just as big, rushes forward, having this just crazed, erratic fire, manifesting a smile of free, like finality and freedom, as it gets enough to touch upon your torch. And as it seems to link on the torch, it immediately spreads, consuming the torch, coming upon the other side of the circle, as if all it needed was a bridge to consume to get past the barrier. And now looms large before you.
Oh, hello.
And as crazed as it is, yeah, it erupts in an explosion of fire, loving its newfound freedom. And with that, I think from what I could understand, I think the only one nodding close is likely Rook, who is flying high above, kind of performing this kind of spectacle. So I'd say no, Alisei and Annie. I make an attack against the three of you. For 22.
That definitely misses.
All right, that is 10 magical damage. Actually, I'm sorry, a little less than that. 7 magical damage.
God, I miss having good absorption numbers.
All right, so this happens, and you can see, I mean, a good portion of the people, almost everybody around you is also getting hit by this. And it is such a burst that knocks everyone back 60 feet as you fly through the air into tents, into trees. So now it stands. The others still in, looking at this other one, not sure if what they want is what it's getting or the offer, because they have not been yet convinced. But whether to battle this or to continue convincing the ones inside, the spotlight is yours.
Alice gets back up after being blown away. I am not making waffles, for he cannot follow directions, and he is responsible for my dress. And Alice is going to whip out her violin and is going to play a song that's essentially got two parts to it, where it's a competing part between the one that she'd been negotiating with and this one that it's like, if we can't come to an agreement, we can't, and so to encourage the other one to get the one that's acting out under control.
Okay. I like that. So it's give me a presence.
If I can get the die that just rolled under my desk, or just grab a different one for the moment. Let's do that. That one. 18 with hope.
Okay, very nice. All right, that brings us to an 11 out of 12 on that countdown. And 6 out of 10 on the other. So with that, yeah, it looks, and the large one along with the smaller begin to themselves show a picture of like these fields that Alice was trying to convey, and the idea of all of them together. To this one, it kind of looks, and you can see its flames dim slightly as it seems to find such an issue with kind of ultimate, like the freedom it essentially has and this promise, but the pull of being with, those that it has been imprisoned with still seems to weigh a little bit on whatever form it has. But that was with hope. She also had the spotlight.
Matt.
Yes.
For this damage that we took, Annie has another bit of a secret, which is that she's immune to damage from magical fire.
Ooh.
So how would we rule this damage that came in?
I mean, this was clearly magical fire.
Okay, so I think Annie would like to, as that...
Wait. This whole time. Anyways, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I wasn't here for what y'all were doing in the beginning. I don't know. So I think she rises kind of from that explosion. She may have been knocked back off of her feet, but I do think it's kind of an intimidating image, as she appears unharmed by this blast that had taken them. And using her druidic wild touch ability, which is to perform subtle effects that involve nature. I would like to, Annie, back in her form now, slams her staff on the floor and just says, "Enough!" And I would like to dim and snuff what of the campfire is not the elementals themselves. So basically, like, constrict all of the effects that they have maybe had, all of the surrounding fire, to just reveal their forms.
Ooh. I got it. So, spellcast roll.
Great. I love that you said that.
I will help by adding in more. Though Alice is taken back a little bit by this, she will play a more domineering role to back up Annie as the music shifts yet again as a new third player enters.
Additionally, when I make a spellcasting roll in a natural environment, I can spend a hope to add +2. Can I do that here?
Okay, so the Witherwad, we're going to negotiate this a lot. So I feel like the whole point of this setting, like this area camping, has been to make it unnatural because it's against the withering, right?
Got it.
Like,
Fair.
so,
Absolutely.
yeah.
But you can add 5 from the additional musical accompaniment.
Lovely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 24 with hope.
Woo! With that, as it snuffs and it stares at Annie, there is this realization, clearly seeing that Annie getting up and everyone else is burned or singed, and on their perfect clothes and wool, nothing has caught fire at all. Seeing this immunity, as it kind of takes a step back, looks at the rest, they kind of nod, and they will enter back into the circle, and they huddle and begin to slowly consume and take forms that grab hands and circle their heads, bobbing and nodding, showing fields as a way to say, all right, if you give us the fields, we will, and our freedom, we will not consume. We will not destroy this place.
I will then mime the shape of a box because someone has to transport them there, right? So, and then symbolize a journey just like they had with their journey, to get them to then gesturing at my wonderful fields.
All right. After this moment, it seems everything's quelled. People begin to be okay again and look around. Burns, people are trying to help. But yeah, I guess you guys have the scene. It's all of yours. What would you all like to do?
Rook is going to go land in front of Annie. And kind of like stare at her and sniff her. And he's like, you have been nice and patient. And I've seen you turn into an animal. But you just showed that you're not just prey, but predator as well. And I respect that.
Well, they shouldn't have gone and hurt anybody in my flock.
Yeah, agreed. You just showed a side that I didn't know you had, and I like it. But
anybody else see?
Anybody else what?
Did anybody else see? And she kind of like looks around. It seems like she's afraid of people knowing this about her.
What are you worried of people knowing? Why are you worried about them knowing?
I've been told before that it's dangerous. That I could be dangerous. That maybe if the Withering learned about me, it could learn how to fight the fires.
Don't be scared of your own power. Every being is a predator and prey, and I think you saved us, so I think it's a good thing. Power is a good thing if it's used the right way.
You remind me of my daddies sometimes. They knew the right thing to say about everything. I'm glad you came to this place, Ruka. It's been a while since I've seen you. It's nice.
I am too. I want to find my No. Is No around? Is he injured?
No is sitting because he's quite small, so the blast would have pushed him further than some. So I think he's just sitting on his butt, slightly crispy, a little bit of smoke coming off his clothes, and he's just holding like the stub end of what was his torch. Well, I need another torch now. That worked, didn't it? I'll get up and trot over to Alisei. You okay? You look a bit singed.
This just will now have to go to the tailors. And I understand the artistic need to improvise and create, but you have a very, very long way to go.
I do. I need more practice. I'm sorry.
If you stick with me, I will make you popular. You are green. Maybe we need to get you a long pointed black hat. But
No.
But please make sure that Annie is okay. I'm glad that you were checking in with her. I need to make arrangements for our fire friends to make sure that they are transported both safely in a timely manner. with some food and fuel to go along the way to sustain them for their artistic journeys, and write a letter for my father to explain what a gift I have sent them to help him with his endeavors.
Can I trot over to the Lantern Witch, who presumably was also knocked over, just to see if she's okay? You okay?
She gets up. She holds her face that has been badly burned. And I can see a little bit of like black skin upon it. She's starts to put some herb melody. I am going to survive. I've touched many a hot cauldron, but nothing's been as hot as that quite as much. But if you don't try anything, you don't ever learn anything. Right? No?
Right. Well, I learned not to stick my torch into an elemental fire. What did you learn?
I learned that when certain young witches are involved, it's best to stand a far distance away.
I couldn't agree more.
And she goes, here, actually. And she goes into the satchel that she carries with her, and there is like this, what looks like a quilt that has all these various like tied ribbons and trinkets on it, some of bone and some more gem-like, just all these types. She kind of searches through it and finally detaches a one that looks like a stone that just has been like carved and shaped to look like a rounded face with like two eyes and a very wide mouth, circular, like has a mouth wide open, and hands it over to you as she goes, to mark certain occasions, it is our tradition to give other ones of our craft certain trinkets. This is the oh no that I thought was appropriate. Congratulations for this milestone.
The oh no?
Mm-hmm. She hands over.
It looks a bit like me.
It might. But I earned it when I was a young one, just like you. It's time for me to pass it on since the occasion warrants it.
Thank you. Does it do anything?
It goes, just a reminder, and says that it actually does say that while attempting to do something of great significance, you learned a valuable lesson. And others might. It does mean that you're not just watching a cauldron, you're brewing yourself.
Yes. I will remember that. And I will put it in my pocket. And thinking that she's just gifted me something and said it's kind of part of the tradition to hand something to witches. So I'm going to rummage in my bag and see what I can find. And I'm going to pull out, I think I'm going to pull out some, just a second, quick, Peter, be quick. Okay, I am going to pull out some dried dinkle pips. Not many, it's just a little bag of dinkle pips, and say, I don't have many left, but please take these. They're very good in a stew. You just need to let them hydrate a bit more. They're kind of like little dried peas, basically. They're called dinkle pips.
She smiles. She goes, I will remember you whenever I see these. And she takes a little thread and she kind of takes a needle and puts them together. So she makes this little ball of them with the thread, and she visibly, to show you, pins it upon this kind of knitted shawl that she has with all these different trinkets. She goes, see, I'll put it right where the one I gave you was, and you've replaced the oh no with yourself.
Excellent. Thank you. I'm now thinking that I might need a shawl at some point.
All right, so maybe you need to make one.
Question. The stew recipe you gave me, do I have to wear an apron when I'm making it, or can I make it without an apron?
Oh, apron is just there to protect against spills. So if you're okay with magical fluid hitting your clothing and possibly infecting your skin, then you don't need an apron at all.
Well, it won't be the first time, so yes, that will be fine. Yes, thank you.
There you go. All right, anything else?
Just the things that Alice said that she was going to make sure happened to get this ticking time bomb out of here quickly.
Yeah, to try to push it.
To make sure that they get to their demands or their part of it is being taken care of.
Yeah, I think with all of this, it's easy enough. You do know you have to remove that coal because it was explosive, and that can be done. You did in enough time to do it safely.
Yep. And then again, as I said, write a letter to my father and my brothers, because this is going to the more wild regions, as it were, down south, since this is where they're doing most of the lily work. And then with that letter explaining it, I will also write to him, not talking about the murder, but the deaths, and how I will unfortunately have to waylay some more pressing family matters to make sure that the family is protected from whatever this group is going to go ahead and do. And see how I'm phrasing it very purely in the way to further the family's interest, and not that I'm trying to shirk responsibilities. It is with great displeasure and all that fun jazz, but okay. I must.
Yeah, I think you're probably going to have to arrange for the actual transportation a little later, but yeah, the getting all these together and getting
like my stewards are going to have to go back to the estate at some point. And
yeah,
so
that's true. Okay,
they I can leave this all with them.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
So again, it's just instruction sets with making sure that that's all in order. Whether everyone follows what I say is a different matter, but that is the game plan before coming back and just staring very intently at Annie, like she's some curiosity piece.
And it looks like she really wants to leave now. And go to the hollow tree 2 miles away.
Why are you in such a rush, my dear? That was quite an explosive force of personality, I think.
I just think enough trouble's been caused here. Maybe if we get a move on and I don't know, figure out what's really going on, then maybe things will calm down and go back to normal.
Annie, my dear, you are hardly anything but normal. You are quite curious.
Wait. But no, I'm just a goat. I don't know.
You are not just any goat, Annie. But maybe we will pluck those in the depths later as we get you into a more suitable situation.
Well, all right. Yeah.
It's so nice not to have people tell you no.
Yes.
So which of you will be carrying my palanquin as we go traveling into the woods?
Me, I'll carry it.
You got a pet bird?
I said a palanquin, so that way, while we are traveling, I can go ahead and just lay and relax while you all carry me.
And he's looking off confused, thinking about pelicans.
It was a joke, but apparently the sense of humor for the evening is gone. But we should get going soon, I agree. Unless there's anything else that you all wish to make better by being here.
No, I think we should go.
Are we like heading into? Because it's nighttime now, isn't it? Are we
It's nighttime for a whole week.
Yes, like that. Are we like moving along like a road, or is it going to be like into a wood? Is it like, are we going like into wilderness, or is this kind of like, because you said your fields?
Wilderness is going to be the more
wilderness. Okay. Yeah. Then No would probably take a moment just to make a little offering to the faint deity that he follows. So he'll get some like little, he'll kind of scooch around, find some darkish looking grass and reeds and kind of tie them together and create a very kind of crude shape of a kind of a hare's head. If I'm allowed to do this, please tell me if I'm not. And then he'll say an incantation with this object. Can I say it, or?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So he's holding this little kind of hare's head talisman type thing. O mighty Wawa, great guardian of the bog, prodigious weaver of the shadowed canopy, nurturer of the sunken roots and caves, whose cool breath mists ancient trunks and casts moss upon the stone, stealthily snaking through tangled swamp, tiptoeing where light needles in. As you quench by evening dew and dampened sod, I honour my ancestors and all that dwell beneath. I keep my humble silence as an ambered gnat rests eternal, and lay this offering to your tendrils as I step forward into the night. And he'll place it on the floor. Let me pass unheard and unseen, protect me from unyielding monstrous growth, and keep the maddening beasts of the night at bay. Be my shield of hope and guide me safe and true. And my friends too. Thank you.
I can put this down and describe again what the offering looks like to them.
So it's a kind of the sort of head of a hare. So it's got kind of big long ears and a little face with two little teeth. It's very crudely shaped, as you can do with when you tie grass very quickly. And because it's we're going into the night, it will be kind of dark foliage. Whereas if it's kind of daytime, then he'll do it with green foliage.
Yeah, so this looks more like this black figurine that you make, basically. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
All right. So you lay it, and you can hear noises in the distance, but then one always hears noises within the withering. All right. And with that, anything else before you tried to set on the journey to find this vague location that was given to you? Oh, you muted, Donald.
I was actually moving towards that. Alizé will borrow one of the lanterns that is designed to hide people from outside of a viewpoint.
Oh, okay.
That if they're more than 30 feet away, that they can't, or things of that nature. Is it a magically enchanted fire? Is it fueled by some sort of fuel source? If there's fuel, to acquire that as well.
Absolutely. It is. It doesn't need oil, but you're able to get that easy enough. And so, very clearly, what this ultimately does is it doesn't shed it. The light it sheds is invisible if you're not within 30 feet,
right,
of the thing. So you can. So in other words, people could see you. They just can't see the light.
Gotcha. Well, that still makes us a smaller target and allows us to see.
It's very useful. It's just not like invisibility. Yeah.
Yes. So
it does make you as noticeable.
Okay. So yes, I will grab that. Grab one of those, and as you said, if there's any particular fuel, provisions to keep that lit for a few nights, because obviously, if there is fuel, then I can't keep it lit indefinitely. But having some means would be a big comfort to Alizé.
Is the symposium set to end sometime soon?
It's for the week.
Okay, great. The only thing Annie would do, just as a superstition of hers and her family's, she has a little cowbell. She will remove her cowbell and tuck it in with her belongings.
Nice. All right. So who is going to be the one leading here?
Alizé from the rear?
Stella.
Stella?
We've got to do the dune walk, don't we? Or something. Isn't there a special walk we have to do or something?
Oh, yeah, the leaping.
Oh, that's right. Indeed.
Roka, I think you should lead, right? You're the one that got the directions.
Yeah, I'll lead.
Can you see well in the dark?
I don't think I have that ability, no.
It's almost as if they restricted it to one specific background instead of half the world gets it.
Because I'm okay in low light, so I can walk with you.
That sounds great. Because they gave us a rough estimate, right? When I spoke to them, they gave me an idea of where it is.
Yeah. And you don't have to see in the dark right now because you do have the special lamp that LSA is holding currently. There's limited to only about, a little, so you can see, I would say, close distance around because of it.
Alice will happily hand it over as it means one less thing for her to have to carry. And she is obviously discomforted by having to carry anything.
All right. So with Rook leading, before Rook rolls, we have the other three of you describe. We'll do this in groups. You can describe what you are doing to help traverse this distance.
This is a forest. Is that right?
Yeah.
So Rook is going to be up in the trees and kind of be just kind of going from tree to tree, trying to sneak and hide ahead to be quiet.
So we're trying to help you. So we need to describe. Because Matt's going to make you make a roll at the end of this.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so we need to give our stuff so that way Matt can make us do rolls, and then give you a roll to make it
right.
The end.
Yeah. So we need what no LSA and the are doing.
Alice is going to silently. Alice is going to be silent and begrudgingly stoic instead of her loud, pretentious self. As this is not her idea of a picnic.
This is going to try to be quiet.
Give me finesse. She's not going to give direction. She's not going to tell someone else how to do things. She knows that sometimes other people need to, it's okay, but it's still an effort of wanting to versus not. So finesse, we said?
Mm-hmm.
That will be a 4.
Okay.
With fear. Oh, no, that's reaction roll, right?
Yeah. Yes, reaction.
Okay, so 4.
Tracks.
That tracks.
So I'm rolling a finesse as well.
It's up to you. It depends on what you're doing.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So you describe what your character is doing, and then
fine. I'm sorry. Okay. So yeah. No would be used to going on scouting expeditions with Mummy around the bogs and local areas. So familiar with different terrains, feels very kind of comfortable out in nature, always wary in the dark, but will be doing that kind of thing where, looking ahead, but looking down and just choosing the most optimum footfall, leaping here, stepping there, skirting around certain bushes that he knows are scratchy or that might kind of hook onto your clothing or whatever. So just moving stealthily, not stealthily, but just carefully along, kind of observing all the flora and fauna as he goes, keeping his ears and eyes open.
Okay. Under finesse.
Okay. Oh. I'm going to do it on the thingy bob. Oh! What's that? I got a crit. Is that a crit? That's a crit, isn't it? 2 8s.
Yeah.
No, yeah. God, just when you decide to do it online.
Yeah. Going in and out, giving a little bit of markings and hints to Rook be able to get closer and out a little further out so that they can more ideally move. Very good. And then what's Annie doing?
Annie will take on a stress to return to her German Shepherd form. And she would like to be walking alongside the party, sort of just being the first one around the perimeter on the sides, looking out while everybody else is being careful about what we're doing here. Annie is making sure that her flock remains safe, as in this form, she is good at protection.
Okay. Sounds like instinct. So, given the nature of how changing things are here, this is that instincts are at disadvantage.
Okay.
That's -6. Yep.
Does this work like if I would normally roll with advantage?
Yeah, it would cancel. Yeah.
Okay, great. Oh, that's a critical. 2 12s.
Ooh.
Maximum critical.
Maximum critical. Yeah. Very good. In that case, ultimately, that is going to be a +3 to Rook's roll. We will make it disadvantage too, because it will be instinct.
So I'm a wildborn and I have Lightfoot, which gives me an advantage to move without being heard. And then I have an experience called I can avoid being seen if I wish. So I think, do I cancel out the disadvantage and then add my experience?
This is less about movement and more you finding the path.
Okay.
As Alice is not being the most quiet or unable to restrict themselves from having some measure of control in this unfamiliar environment, I will give advantage via the help action.
Okay. Very cool. So then it would just be regular roll with the +3 from your party.
So this is not this is a, what did you say this was again? I'm not hiding, I'm finding a path.
Instinct, yeah.
Okay. I'm just wondering if I have so I have 2 experience. I can be avoid being seen, which the other one is always follow your nose, which is about tracking, but that wouldn't apply here. No, that would apply.
Yeah, you could. I mean, it's up to you. You kind of decide how it applies.
Okay. I think I'm going to use that experience to always follow your nose. And Rook is basically, you can tell he's kind of used to being in the trees. He kind of moves like a monkey in a way. I mean, like a monkey. Oh, I got a 27 critical.
Very nice. So mark a hope and clear a stress.
And just clarifying, Matt, a critical on the rolls that the rest of the party did does not do the hope and stress thing.
Correct.
Okay, thank
you.
Boo.
Hey, if you want to change that, now I'll start collecting fee on reaction rolls.
No, it's okay.
That'd have been so much fun in my Thursday night one when someone.
Oh, don't! Oh my god! Actually, he only rolls with hope during that effect.
That's true. Oh,
it's the rest of us that suck at it.
But you push yourselves through, finding where the paths seem to lead, and find yourself going higher on ruins, or the ground below seems more soggy, boggy almost, and dangerous. You can see from this vantage point where the winds blow a little higher that many animals and humanoids have lost their lives sinking into the pits. You go closer to the destination, Trying to find the strange oak. As you continue, there you can see sitting upon a stone here, there's a small shelter that looks like it's been fastened by twigs and vine. There's some scorching around it. It's roughly the size of about 2 feet, and you can see a what looks like a young boy, themselves maybe 10 inches tall. They look about with eyes much like flies and wings of that almost look like a butterflies as they scratch about and try to light a small flame here within the night that you don't quite think that they've noticed you, but it looks like this individual has made a temporary shelter here. Tell me if there's anything you'd like to do.
Annie would like to I know you said it's boggy here. Is there grass, or is it too wet for that sort of?
There's some grass that's grown up and like moss up on these like it's almost like a path of destroyed abodes that you're climbing upon, like stone. So there's some that grow over there because below you is where it's nice, is boggy and wet.
Okay. Annie would like to rub her nose along some of this moss and attempt to communicate with the plants here using nature's tongue.
Okay.
So I make an instinct roll.
Yeah.
And this is at disadvantage. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, I beat my 12. It is with fear. On a roll with fear, their knowledge may be limited or come at a cost. And Annie is sort of asking them with her breath, how many creatures of my size dwell here?
Okay. And what is roughly any size?
Medium.
Okay. How many creatures? Dwell here. Okay.
The point of her question is there anybody hidden that we can't see?
Mm-hmm. So you ask this. The answer. Many of the undying withered. Rome. The place they once lived here. Ten flowers of petals. Rome.
Guys, I think there might be zombies here. We just gotta be careful. It sounds like their numbers are in somewhere around 10.
10 flowers worth of petals.
Ten? Oh, that's like 10 tens. That's like 100.
And you just said we needed to be careful. Keep your voice down.
Oh, sorry. It's like 100.
And with that, you hear things below. And for tonight.
Oh, God.
Remember that cost, Robin?